The $100,000 fee imposed by Trump administration on the issuance of new H-1B visa petitions will not apply to applicants seeking a change of status or extension of stay. Issued by United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, the guidelines clarified the exemptions to Donald Trump's September 19th proclamation on restrictions on entry of certain non-immigrant workers, which will raise the fee for new H-1B visas to a steep $100,000. Now, the new rules added that the proclamation do not prevent any current H-1B visa holder from traveling in or out of the U.S. However, if the USCIS determines that a person is ineligible for a change of status or an amendment or extension of stay, then the fee would apply. A beneficiary will not be considered to be subject to payment if they subsequently depart from the U.S. and apply for a visa which is based on approved petition and or seeks to re-enter the U.S. on a current H-1B visa. The proclamation signed by U.S. President raised fee of H-1B visas to a staggering $100,000 annually in a move that could adversely impact Indian professionals on visas in the U.S. Now remember, Indians make up to nearly 71% of all approved H-1B visa applicants in recent years, and that is according to the official U.S. data companies pay to sponsor the H-1B visa applicants. The guidelines were issued days after U.S. Chamber of Commerce filed a lawsuit against Trump administration's decision to impose the fee, describing it as misguided policy and plainly unlawful that could cripple American innovation and competitiveness. The lawsuit, filed on 16th of October in a district court in Columbia, challenged the proclamation and said that it exceeds the precedent's lawful authority. Now, tens of thousands of highly skilled people in specialized fields boost the American economy each year after obtaining H-1B visas. My colleague Krishna Kumar joining us from the newsroom. Krishna, the much needed clarification has now come in officially from the U.S. government, where it says that the Trump administration's H-1B visa rules of $100,000, that hiked fee, will not apply to those who are seeking a change of status or perhaps hoping for an extension of stay.
That's right. It's a major relief. It's a major clarification that is coming in, which makes it all that more bearable, the new rules, because the $100,000 proclamation fee, as it's called, does not apply to those who have an H-1B visa. They can re-enter the U.S. if they're a student on a student visa, and then if it's an L1 for a work visa, and reapply for an extension of the H-1B visa. That's what it essentially means, that it only applies, that $100,000 fee only applies if the visa was applied for post the 21st of September by a beneficiary, on behalf of the beneficiary who is not currently in the U.S. That's what it is restricted to, so to speak. $100,000 fee is applicable only to those fresh applications for visas post the 21st of September, post 12 p.m. Eastern time. That is the exact final notification that is coming from the U.S. Chamber of Citizenship and Immigration Services, the USCIS, the United States Citizenship Immigration Services, has put out this latest clarification, and it also has talked about an annual cap of 65,000 H-1B visas to be given on a yearly basis for every fiscal year, and even that number, that cap, has exceptions, like for example 20,000 for those in masters and higher education as well, and then more for those working as part of non-profit organizations and NGOs as well. So what the US is essentially clarifying is that that $100,000 fee is not a blanket fee over everybody, and all those, especially Indians who avail of the overwhelming majority of H-1B visas, who have an H-1B visa, who need to extend it, can do it in multivarious ways. They can re-enter the US using an alternate visa and reapply for it, and whatever extension of stay, all of that, it will not apply. It will only apply to fresh visa applications for the H-1B visas which have been made on behalf of the beneficiary who is currently not in the US, Shweta.
All right, important clarification there for a lot of IT professionals, especially Krishna, given that many of whom who were on flight to India when that announcement was made were terrified and started, deplaning that very moment, thinking that if they exit, they may not be allowed back and they'll have to pay that extra $100,000. I think a lot of IT professionals will be breathing a sigh of relief, for these are important clarifications. It means that only new applicants, those who apply for H-1B visa, will have to pay that additional fee. But nonetheless, it will have an important bearing on the bottom line of many of these companies who are hoping to take Indian employees, hire Indian employees and take them to the States.
Yeah, definitely, and it is because bear in mind the US Chamber of Commerce had filed a petition against that rule of a $100,000 fee. It is a major issue as far as American companies and their bottom lines are concerned. But that's the argument being given by the government, that these companies have to be more vigilant when it comes to importing talent from outside of the US. They want to. The Trump administration essentially wants to reduce this huge import of talent and give a better chance to local American workers, and that is their argument. But the companies always talk about the fact that this might not be economically suitable for them. The costs could go up significantly more, and this would certainly come as a relief for the companies as well, because this means that only those fresh visas that they're applying for fresh import of talent, only those will be affected, and that will make these companies rethink the number of workers that they want to get on site on H-1B visas. And that is the kind of change the US administration is hoping for. And that is the kind of change that we're all likely to see going forward. You will see companies not being gung-ho about taking up as many workers on site using the H-1B visa. They will rationalize, they will reduce that
Absolutely.
count to ensure the fact that they don't have to end up paying this $100,000 fee.
All right, Krishna, thank you very much for all those details. A sigh of relief there for many people who are currently on H-1B visas, looking for a change of status or hoping for an extension of their visa.